Hi, this is Coach Charles with Fit Health USA here in Herndon, Virginia. What is our topic for today? Can you recommend a food bar to eat for a snack? That's a pretty typical question that I get from my clients basically at least a few times a week for the last several years. We've been conditioned to think of snacks as certain types of things. So let's talk about protein bars for a little bit. Every time I look at a protein bar or have a client bring a protein bar in and I take a look at it, what I find is that the protein bar has more carbohydrates in it than it does protein. And I think it's pretty amazing that these things are being marketed as protein bars when they're actually carbohydrate bars. And then I start to think about it for a little while and say, well, probably the only way they could make it taste good, because it's just some manufactured crap, is to put in a bunch of carbohydrates in it, syrups and sugars and high fructose corn syrup and this type of thing, to make it edible. Otherwise it would taste like cardboard. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but I've tasted it just to see what it would be like. You take the protein powder that you're going to dump into a smoothie and just try to eat that, and it's not very tasty. You know, it really does kind of taste like cardboard, or what you might imagine concrete mix would taste like. So I got this question in again today, and I was at the grocery store the other day and I found these bars. They're called Kind bars, and this particular one, Almond, Walnut, Macadamia bars, has a pretty good mix of items in there. So it's mostly nuts, and I'm always recommending to my clients to eat nuts for their snacks. Like a small handful would be a good snack, or half a handful and half an apple would make a great snack. But if you just got to have some kind of bar, I mean, you're not going to bring an apple with you to work. You're simply not going to bring nuts with you to work. Or the problem with having nuts at work for you is that you stick a hand in every hour and grab a big handful of nuts and you just snack on them all day long. And yes, nuts are pretty caloric, so you wouldn't want to do that. So this Kind bar here is 210 calories, so if you were really, really hungry, the whole bar would make a good snack. But if you're not terribly hungry and you're just looking for that mid-morning or mid-afternoon snack because you know you need to be eating a snack at that time, half the bar would do pretty well. What's in here? So you've got 15 grams of fat in the bar, you've got 11 grams of carbohydrates, but 2.5 of those grams are dietary fiber. So you really only have 8 total grams of net carbohydrates in there, and 7 of those are sugar, as you might expect. And then you've got 10 grams of protein. So on the whole, as far as food bars go, this is one of the best ones that I've ever seen out there. Now, I wouldn't call it a protein bar because it has a lot more fat in it than it does protein, but I think it could be an effective snack that, as long as you don't abuse it, and when I say abuse it, you know, eating 4 or 5 of these in a day, thinking, oh, this is healthy, let me just eat a whole bunch of them because I'm hungry at this point. That it could be, you know, an effective solution for you for either a mid-morning snack or a mid-afternoon snack. So, in summary, most protein bars, if you really take a look at them, are simply carbohydrate bars that have some protein in them, and I don't recommend them, and most of them taste horrible. And one bar that I could recommend is by Kind. It's called the Almond, Walnut, Macadamia bar. I think you'll see it at the grocery store for probably about $1.75 a bar. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you. Thank you.